So this is going to be kind of a mixed match of a video here. So we'll start off with Mother's Day. My wife decided that she wanted to go for a cruise down around the Mohawk Dam near us. And she wanted me to take her mom, my mother-in-law, for a cruise in the S10. So I gladly obliged. And after we had a little bit of fun, we did decide to go for a nice cruise. If you guys know the area, this is State Route 715. There's a couple really cool bridges, and it's just really a cool area to travel through. There's the old Ohio Erie Canal system. There's some old mills and old storage facilities down through there, and the fields are really cool to go check out. This area floods a lot. If you've ever been around there, you know that there's a lot of people who like to come down and find arrowheads and different boulders and rocks and all kinds of stuff that the floodwaters bring up. So it's always nice to go for a cruise through here. I grew up whenever the floodwaters would come up, we'd always go down and check them out, and people would always go down and put things in the middle of the road to kind of mark where the water was, if it was coming up or coming down. So we always like coming around through this area, and here we're coming up to the top of the dam, and gonna take some dam family photos and have some dam fun. Here we are on the south side of the dam. Picked a good time to come down here. Emmy and Kenzie and her dad decided they want to walk across. So we're getting ready to cruise on out. That pretty much wrapped up Mother's Day for us. Now, after that, I had several things going on. I've been helping my friends over at We Broke Garage get our Butcher Kids Blazer going. Thankfully, we finally got it running, and it was kind of a special moment. We all celebrated together with high fives and happy attitudes. All right, guys. Been working pretty hard. Corey's over here talking to Jimbo right now. Check this out. Corey got this sweet Yanko stripe put in. Yeah, everything's all hooked up, wired up.
That is some weird shit. Hopefully it reads. Alright, go ahead and just start up on it. I don't worry about it.
All right, guys, another weekend installment of Chicken Coop. So last weekend we managed to get our sliding door in. We got our ramp on. The chickens are acclimating to it pretty quick. Today we've got to go through and finish getting the upper part of the fence on. I have that panel right there on, but we've got to get the other sides all around, and then we've got to get it on the door, and then we got to get the roof on it. So we're about done with this project. We need to get another coat of paint on the barn, and then I think we're going to paint all the framework black, and then the door is either going to be white or black. I can't remember. So, but I'm watching these guys come down the ramp, and it's looking like I need to add some more steps for them. It's funny. Yeah, more steps. That's the answer. They're sliding step to step, and then they're like, you know what? Holy crap! Freaking psychos. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna build more steps for the chickens. So, yeah, that's what's on the list today. Good morning. We are posted up here in Fredericktown, Ohio. We're getting ready to watch the Fredericktown, Ohio Memorial Day Parade. We're coming from up this way, and then they're going to be coming down to Forest Cemetery here in Fredericktown to do a Memorial Day ceremony at the cemetery for all the veterans and the soldiers who've lost their lives over there. So it's going to be a great day. Good way to celebrate Memorial Day is come out and remember who sacrificed and what for. So we have one of our kids from our youth group marching in the parade today. So we're going to be here. It is his senior year, so I think this is his last performance marching with the marching band. So me and Kenzie want to make sure we made it out to show some pride for him and support him and give him a good hoop and holler. So that's the plan, right, babe?
Yeah. I wasn't paying attention, I'm sorry.
We're here to support our buddy?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So we'll see you in a bit. Kenzie and I definitely showed up and supported our buddy. And then we made it over to this car show at Rogers Garage on Memorial Day. Got a pretty good parking spot. Met with Corey and Amber. They got both Blazers out and got them shined up. It was a pretty cool show. They had a really good turnout. They actually were kind of turning people away and asking that people would come in groups and leave in groups. My favorite was this Mack Model R. If you know my dad, you know my dad was a Mack man. I would love one day to get a hold of one of these trucks and put it on a modern truck chassis and have a nice cruiser out of it just to enjoy and think of him whenever I'm driving it. All right, Miss Kenzie.
Oh, wow, those brakes are...
Drive it the first time?
Wait. Okay. I'm so glad I forget how to drive.
Reverse, neutral, drive.
She is touching.
You're clear. You're clear. Right. Adjusting my mirrors and stuff?
Well, I might be driving it more often.
Now I'm definitely going to have to keep the key locked up. All right, 70 is 55. Easy on the corner. You're good, not that much.
I was trying to get a feel for the brakes. I want to go faster.
Don't go over 90 on the...
Okay.
Just keep going slower. When we get out on that straight stretch past this abandoned house on the right, I'll teach you how to do a second gear pull.
I don't know.
This is not a good grip, and those knuckles are very white at the moment. All right, so we gotta get the chicken coop done, but as you can see, wagon wheel broken, axle dragging, can't pull my little red wagon. So we got to get new tubes in the wagon wheel tires, both sides, and then slip the tires back on. And then to pull it, I have ye old Yamaha Big Bear. I bought this thing at a yard sale for $300. The which wheel was it? Was it the right one? Left one. The left rear wheel wasn't with it. It was just sitting on 3 tires. And I was like, what's the deal? And he saw my grandson. I'd put brand new wheels and tires on it. And my grandson took it and was riding it, and the lug nuts backed off and it wallered out the holes. You know, you can have the rim and tire if you want. Well, it was sitting up on his porch. So I grabbed the wheel and tire and did this little number. Yeah, I took some grade 8 washers and welded them into the wheel and centered everything up the best I could. Brought it home, and the thing fired right up. Runs and drives great. So it has sat all winter. Usually we get out in the winter and we play in some snow a little bit and stuff, but mainly it's just for around the yard. We have a lawn sweeper, lawn roller, hauling the chicken litter and stuff with the wagon. But sitting over the winter, of course, the battery died because the key got left in it and the key got left on. So have to fix that. Put a new battery in last week, and I have no power to the switch, the key, nothing. Everything's dead. So I'm digging into it this morning. I brought my Power Pro home with me, and I'm going to show you what I found here real quick. This thing's a 2004, okay? But right here, it looks like we've got some critter issues. So there's my missing voltage because that wire has 12 volts on it. And we also found this random little wire. So I've got to peel this harness back till I find some good wire, because it looks like that wire possibly has gotten corroded down in this harness. So I need to basically clean this wiring up before we do anything. And that's, I mean, you ain't got power, you can't run it. So we got to start somewhere. We might as well make sure this wiring's fixed. I mean, clearly it's got 12 volts to the frayed wire that's sticking out. So it goes power to something. We got to start there. So let me get this harness peeled back and we'll see what we get. All right. So I got to be honest with you. I'm the dipstick. Okay. So what we found, I was getting power like everywhere. I had power at the key. I had power at the starter. Like everything had power. And I'm like, wait a minute, not everything should have power. Something's wonky here. And then I realized, again, I didn't do any of this. This is how I bought it. It was $300. I don't care. It runs great. So someone at some point decided a white wire would be good to run down and hook right there for their frame for the ground. So this white wire that I had hooked up to the power side wasn't grounded. Grounded it, and instantly fires right up and idles every time. So this thing, this is the first time I've been able to start it since like October, and literally that. So battery was dead all winter. Now that the smart guy here figured out the wiring right up, that literally was the first start. I didn't even start it off camera. I cranked it over real quick to see if it started working. It like popped off, and I knew if I gave it a little bit of choke, she'd fire right off. Yeah. So yeah, guys, she's rough, but she runs. Morning, y'all. So it is Sunday morning, the 30th or 31st. 31st. We worked on the chicken coop all day yesterday. Got everything done that we can get done on it. Unfortunately, we ran out of the black mesh fencing for the walls. I've got 3 more wall panels. Literally, I need 24 feet. have to probably order some online because the price for a 50-foot roll at like Lowe's or anywhere is astronomical. So got all that done. Kenzie got the shed cleaned out. We got the lean-to cleaned up, got all the trash picked up. Four-wheeler ran great all day yesterday. Emmy drove the snot out of it. She loves riding that thing around the yard. So, again, I don't want to put my daughter on the channel. You know, she's a kid. She doesn't need to be on here. Other kids are terrible nowadays. So, anyways, she had fun riding around the yard. She got a bunch of stuff cleaned up, helped us a lot. And then she hooked the yard sweeper up and she did the yard sweeper on the lawn for me. So that was awesome to have done. Kenzie's parents come over last night. We had a little birthday dinner for Ken's and had some cake and celebrated. So it was a good birthday for Ken's, and we had a lot of fun just hanging around the yard doing family stuff. And you know, Kenzie's good with that, especially if we're leaving for vacation next week. So she said, let's just keep it simple, and I'd rather, you know, get everything done so while we're gone, everything's taken care of around the house. So got that done. So this morning we are headed to our first, we'll call it our first, Licking County Cars and Coffee. So Licking County has a group that runs the Cars and Coffee for them. It's on the square in Newark, Ohio. It's like in Newark, the courthouse is on the center of the square, and it's a massive square, but they allow cars to line up all around the square, and everyone just kind of parks and chills and does cars and coffee things. So we're Kenzie's gonna come with me. I'm up early right now. I'm, you know, the early bird. I am running to run the truck through a car wash and get us some morning drinks and donuts for me and Ken's, because neither one of us drink coffee. So I'm going to get Kenzie a little snacky snack and both of us a drink, and we're gonna go, and we're meeting Corey and Amber with We Broke Garage. We're gonna meet them at the shop, and I think we're all gonna cruise together. So I don't know, we'll try and get some rolling shots or have some fun with it. So it's gonna be a good morning. Stick along. All right, we made it over to Corey and Amber's over at the We Broke Garage shop. We are getting loaded up, doing final prep, and then we are gonna cruise to Newark and do this Cars and Coffee this morning. So keep following along. I'll admit we were pretty late showing up, but even then I was absolutely shocked at how many cars had came to this Cars and Coffee. I've been to some pretty big ones up in Detroit. I've been to the Woodward Dream Cruise, and for this just being the little town of Newark, Ohio, it was a really good turnout for this show. What's up, guys? Made it out here. There's a ton of cars. There's got to be at least 100 cars here. This is great. So a lot of nice cars. Corey and Amber made it from We Broke Garage. We made it, and we're surrounded. So cool Jeep coming in. So having some fun this morning. You guys, I think Miss Kenzie might have got bit by the bug here.
Thanks, Amber.
This is great. We just met the guy who runs this, and he said this is the biggest turnout he's had ever. Super cool. He's got his daughter with him. We loaded her up with some Hot Wheels, and Miss Amber gave her a culling book and some stickers. So having a lot of fun here today. We're gonna walk around and check it out here shortly. We had an absolute ball at that show. We're definitely wanting to go back to that one. I had a lot of fun. We finally got to park all three of the S10s together and get some pretty cool shots of them. it was a good day all in all. So we had some things to finish up. We enjoyed our time with Corey and Amber. We broke garage and went home and got back to work. All right, guys. Finally, after 2 years, our chicken coop's done. All the fence is on. Ran out of fence, but we had some of the extra, like the old school chicken wire. It doesn't match, but right now we're more worried about vacation and stuff coming up, so it's covered for now. Kenzie's parents are going to take care of the house for us while we're gone. They're going to babysit chickens and everything, and they're not going to be able to wrangle them out of the yard the way we can. So we had to get the enclosure done so that they were all sealed up in their little hut for the week. So got that done. Got a lot of cleanup done. I know there's still some stuff there, but this area's all cleaned up again. We're getting Emmy's broiler project for fair, getting it ready. We got the I don't know what you want to call it, the chicken tractor done. So came home, got that done. I cleaned up a few things that needed to go inside, and then it has been bugging the crap out of me. I keep forgetting. And then we went to the Cars and Coffee this morning, and I sat there behind my truck and just stared at this ugly tailgate because I have not put the pinstripe on the tailgate yet. So I got home, made sure all the chicken stuff was done, which that finishes the last thing we had to do this weekend. As soon as that was done, I went over, wiped the tailgate down, and I put the pinstripe on the tailgate. So now it's on there. Check it out. So we're done for the weekend. Been a long weekend. We got cleaned up, had a little fire for Kenzie's birthday yesterday. Just gonna go in now, chill, watch the NASCAR race, and call it a day. So there's our fish pond. So it's gonna be a good afternoon of chilling and relaxing. Truck's all done. I'm not gonna mess with it until we get back from vacation, and then we're gonna get started on the air conditioning on that, because I have to have that ready for the July 18th, the butter churn cruise we're doing with Corey over at We Broke Garage. So I want to have the air conditioner ready for that. And we acquired part of a truck project for Kenzie. If you guys go through my YouTube shorts, you'll see the AI rendering of what she's going to do. So we acquired a frame and a cab, single cab, that we're going to be able to chop up and make her crew cab S10 with. So we got that. We haven't picked it up yet. It's Corey. We picked it up from him, and it's Hunter's parts truck. So fortunately, the frame's good on it. Has a rolling chassis is basically what we need for to stretch it out to do the crew cab deal. Now we got to find a 4-door Blazer or Jimmy, preferably 91 to 94. If it's older, fine, but I don't think they made the 4 doors pre-91. They might have made them in 89. I can't remember. So yeah, I'm rambling now, guys. So that's going to wrap it up for this long video. I'm going to throw in, you've already seen it if I did it, I threw in Mother's Day. I threw in the car show we went to on Memorial Day, and a couple different clips of us working on the chicken coop and the shed, I guess. So it's been a long few weekends of projects, but we're finally wrapped up. We made it through Mother's Day, made it through Memorial Day. This is May 31st today. So thank you guys if you've followed along and went through all this botched together clips that I've made over the last few weeks. It's been hard to make a video without like consistent work on the truck. So I'll throw in some photos, some videos, and at the end of this, don't forget my closeout. I'm going to shout out a few channels that we support and they support us, and also put up the flyers for the 2, well, maybe 3 big events that we're doing. So if you guys like what you're seeing so far and want to join along in the fun, Corey has several events that he's doing this summer with We Broke Garage. The big one is the Butter Churn Cruise, going from Northridge, Ohio to Berlin, Ohio, to check out Amish country. If you go over to webrokegarage.shop, you can pre-order some of the merch that we have for the event and get you a shirt coming. Speaking of, we now have our own Shopify shop. If you guys want to check out our merch and some of the stuff you saw in the video, go check that out at this link listed below. Thanks for watching. Keep on rolling.